So Shuko is one of the countries. Well, Shuko had their own country already. One of the companies that I did not have a great first impression of. This Martini 918 Spider. It's really nice for the most part, but you can see the print is not always perfect. Um, sorry, there's a couple of emails from students that I will respond to right after I'm done with this video. Don't worry. You can see some of the prints just does not cover this, which is I turned out to be pretty common, unfortunately, for like companies like Mini GT and whatnot, which is a bit of a shame in my opinion. But yeah, everything else I've gotten from them have been pretty great. This Land Rover Defender, one of my favorite castings ever. It's just like, especially from this angle, like from the back. I hope it's focused properly right now, but like just the amount of details, like the texture work on it, it's great. It's really great. Um, yeah, and 930, good casting. Paint is not great. You can see right here there's a bit of a chip straight from the package. Bit of a shame. Not a huge deal, but a big deal. Nevertheless. Oh Jesus Christ! Oh, didn't damage anything. Thank goodness. I knocked over my teapot, which is at least empty. This is a cool one, cool casting. Bit of an issue with the print. 4580 Dahlia. It's a Ferrari, so that's pretty great. Look at that details back there, really nice. And the Huracan, not as good as the Mini GT in my opinion, not as detailed, not as sharp, but very good nevertheless if you don't compare to anything. Really cool Lamborghini. And today I have 3 more to the collection. All 3 of them are US exclusive, Miho exclusives. First of all, let me show you all. The smallest and the most interesting. I almost didn't find it when I was preparing for this video because it was like stuck between stuff and it's just so tiny. This, my friend, is the only BMW that Shuko has made, and it's great to see them putting that license to good work. Jokes aside, I think it's a really awesome casting. Bit of a shame that the base is not, you can see it's not super clean in relation to the body, but overall just so tiny, like these tiny little wheels. Like this is my thumb. Look at it. I have like fairly big hands, but yeah, this thing is just tiny. And the whole front section in the real car opens up. There's no real door. It's just a beautiful, cute little thing. It's like a bug. I was about to say it's like a beetle, but I mean this thing is so much smaller than the VW Beetle. Really cool. And you can see front lights, which I would assume is pretty delicate, and the BMW logo, Bavarian. No, Bayerische Motorenwerke. Yeah, really nice. Isetta, by the way, comes from the Italian company ISO, and this literally means Isetta means little ISO, which is a pretty cool origin. It actually rolls. Such a tiny little thing. I think this is brilliant. I do wish they can have more BMWs, but I'm very happy with this one. And we have another Porsche. I have most of the Schuco Porsches at this moment. I am only missing the 991. This is the 356. And it's a Carrera 2. I'm not really familiar with this model. You can see here it says Porsche Carrera 2 at the back. I'm not really sure this relationship to Carrera, so forgive my knowledge or lack thereof. Really sharp. This feels strangely light, but still very well made. You can see a bit of the molding, the kind of like the sprue remnant on the headlights, which is a bit of a shame, but I think if you care about it a ton, you can easily remove it with like nail clipper or X-Acto knife. Really nice metal base. Oh, by the way, this one has 2 screws, and for the Isetta, because it's so tiny, it only has 1 central screw. And you can see the BMW Isetta actually goes all the way at the front. Focus. And 164 BMW Isetta, really interesting. And size-wise, it's interesting to compare. It's basically the same size and the same silhouette as the 911 930. Just yeah, Porsche just never really bother hiring a designer, stylist, because I mean, it works really great. But on the other hand, it seems it's a bit unfortunate. I would love to see a bit more variation in the looks of cars in general, which is why I really like Ferrari and the road cars. It's like, well, I mean the 458 and the 488 and the FA Tributo are very similar. Like every one of their other cars, especially their hypercars, look so different from one another, which I really appreciate. I've been stalling time trying to find this one. Yes, the Hot Wheels casting of the same model. I thought the Hot Wheels one would be like much bigger than 164. I mean, it is bigger and it's significantly bigger, but not by as large a margin as I expected, honestly. This is the 356 A Outlaw. And you can see, you can clearly see that it is bigger than the Schuco model, but not by a ton, only a little bit, which is good, which is interesting to see. Yeah. Obviously, Shuko will be true 164 and with a lot more details and pieces. So this one is not bad either. And last but not least, this one I actually don't have a comparison. I just have way too many of those things. Excuse me, by this point. This is the Ferrari VW Type 2 T1 van slash microbus. And this one is actually has a real history to it. This is from the Franco-Champs, right? The Franco-Champs? I'm not really sure, but if you look up VW van or like VW Ferrari T1, you can see this nice Ferrari livery. Obviously, a Schuco is not really allowed to make proper Ferrari diecast anymore, but this one is just a livery, not a actual Ferrari car. I think they pair up really nicely. I hope to get the red version of this car as well. I think they'll look even better next to each other. Yeah, so 3 new Shuko entrants. I said it before, I want to have like one of Shuko's one of each of every Shuko's 164 casting. Right now I'm missing the Mini, which I'm not in a super hurry to get because I do have the green light one, which is also amazing. Missing the Mercedes-Benz 300 SL, which I do plan to get. That one looks great, especially even though I have the Hot Wheels version, I do want to get the Shuko version. I do want to get the VW Beetle, which I don't have, surprisingly enough. They also have, what is it, the Jaguar E-Type, which hasn't been sold in America yet, so they're not going to be very cheap, which is why I haven't gotten. But yeah, Shuko in general is a brand that I definitely... and the 991, the most recent Porsche, or the most contemporary Porsche that Shuko has done, which will be nice. It'll be another 911. But I'm not in a hurry to get that one either because I already have a one example from Mini GT and another from Tarmac Works. But I think a Shuko one will be great as well. That's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and goodbye.